Hey, welcome back to another video, and this one is going to be fairly different. As you can see, this is going to be a tier list. And, yeah, so let's go ahead and, start off. Wait a minute. Do you hear that? Yeah, that's the intro playing. But anyways, let's go ahead and get straight into this. And the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get all the things I have not watched there. So, yeah. There we go. And that's all the things I haven't seen. And yeah, I know that there's a lot of good ones on there. I'll get around to them eventually, alright? So, let's go ahead and, just keep on going. Attack on Titan. Now, I would have to say, yeah, it's peak. Like, there's no way to just, like, ignore that. Like it's peak. There we go. It's peak. Now, let's go to Bleach. Now, Bleach, I would say, if I could, I would put it between mid and it's a good show. But if I had to pick one that it stays more in, it's a good show. Like, it's not the best. Like, I don't think it's almost peak or peak. I would say it's a good show. Like, you can get some... There's a lot of moments in that show that I say are really good, but there's also a lot of moments where you're just bored to death. Alright, Boruto. Ooh. Barely watchable. There's some moments it rivals almost any anime, but there's other moments to where it's so terrible you just want to claw your eyes out. Alright, Dragon Ball Super. Now, Dragon Ball Super, it's almost peak or peak. It's gotta be peak. Anything Dragon Ball. I'm sorry, I grew up with Dragon Ball, so I'll always have a special place in my heart for Dragon Ball. That's just the way it is. Alright, now Dragon Ball Z, you already know. You already know, peak. Already know. There's no way to disagree with that, and if you do, you're wrong. Alright, Death Note. Now, Death Note... It's peak. That is one of the best animes ever made. I love Death Note. That's a really good show. JoJo, oh my gosh, I like so many of these animes. JoJo's... it's almost peak. It be having some weird crap. I mean, I know it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but it be having some weird crap, and it's its own show, and it's beautiful for what it is. But I wouldn't say that it would be exactly peak. My Hero, yeah, same thing. It's good, but there's a lot of things that I would say that downgraded a little bit. I can't really think of too much. It's just not peak. I mean, it's close. It's a really good show. It has a lot of emotional moments, It's very good at, like, having different characters and them not being the same thing, just copy and paste it over like most shows. So, yeah, but the only thing is just... It's not up there with Dragon Ball Z, Attack on Titan, and Death Note. It's just not. You can't put My Hero and those next to each other. You just can't. Now, Naruto. Now, if you've paid attention to me on this channel so far, you would know where Naruto goes. Naruto, to me, is peak. Now, the only bad thing... Not with Naruto, but Naruto Shippuden would be the filler. But you can skip filler. You can't get mad at filler. Filler is just to make the anime episodes longer so they can, the manga can catch up. Or not the manga. It's not the manga can catch up. What am I talking about? But you get what I'm saying. I know I'm an idiot. Leave me alone. 7 Deadly Sins. It's a good show. It's a good show. It is definitely a good show. One Piece. Now, mid. As a person that's favorite out of the big three is Naruto, and someone that doesn't particularly, care for One Piece, I've tried to watch it on multiple occasions, gotten through, 10, 20 episodes, I don't know, something like that. But it's just not my type of show. Would I say it's necessarily bad? No, there's a lot of good things about it. But it's just not something that I like. And I can't take that away to say it's a good show because it's just kind of goofy. I don't know, that's just the best way to explain it. One Piece is just kind of goofy. I can't really take it seriously, even in its serious moments. So it'd have to go on mid, because it's not a bad show. I don't care if Naruto's your favorite show or Bleach, you can never say One Piece is a bad show. It's not, but it's just not the best. Well, it's just my opinion, obviously. Oh wait, forgot. Let's just put that there. I know, leave me alone. I didn't do nothing to you, okay? One Punch Man. It's a good show. It's a good show. Now, I think I've done a pretty good job with this tier list. Now, let me make sure that there's, nothing that I would, change about this. Now, let's just go ahead and go over everything. I mean, yeah, have not watched. Okay, Boruto. The bad scenes, what I mean by that is is that it's kind of watered down Naruto. Like, anytime we're not, like, in a battle, or even sometimes when we are in a battle, it just seems like they got Naruto and watered it down. It's like Naruto with less flavor. It just is like a cheap knockoff. And they're not trying to do their own thing. Like, yeah, there's a lot of things about Boruto as a show that's good and different, but they do a lot of the same things over. And you even see that thing in Naruto Shippuden and Naruto, but it's one thing. So when you make a different character with a lot of similar things, it just feels so repetitive. So, yeah, that's the reason why it's at barely watchable, because and also, there is also a lot of filler in Boruto. And it literally had a filler for an entire year. Yes, filler for an entire year. Like, that is just built different. I mean, yeah, you can skip it, but it has some amazing fight scenes. That's why it's on barely watchable, because it's still watchable, but barely. And then One Piece, I mean, I just went over that, but it's mid because it's not my type of show, but it's not bad. To me, it's not good. But I wouldn't say that it's barely watchable or straight doo-doo. None of these shows are straight doo-doo. At least, I haven't watched all of them, so there could be some on there that are. But, yeah, and then on the It's a Good Show part, Ichigo, it's Bleach. The one show that's not named after the main character. Well, actually, I think Naruto and JoJo is the only thing that's named after the main character. At least, out of the ones I've watched. But either way, I'm getting carried away over here. Bleach it can be dull at times. There's a lot of times to where it's boring, where it can be, serious content, and it can still be boring sometimes. And sometimes they're not good at, like, keeping you focused. Like, you just get bored. So yeah, that's why Bleach is there. 7 Deadly Sins, I mean, come on now, 7 Deadly Frames. It's a good show. I was entertained through the entire thing. And it seemed like the ending was kind of, not rushed, but it just seemed kind of weird. Like, there were some things about it that was just, But, I mean, I still liked it, though. It's a good show. That's why it's there. Now, One Punch Man, it doesn't really have, like, a driving thing that makes you want to continue watching it, except, the villains and the fights. Surprisingly, they actually do have a lot of good villains in that show. I mean, Saitama is a likable character, and I enjoy watching him, but I mean, part of his character is kind of the fact of him being, like, not much to him. That's kind of the point of his character, so you can't really hate on that. But, if you're going there for, like, a deep story about a character, you're not gonna like One Punch Man. But, I mean, for what it is, I mean, it makes sense where I put it. I mean, it's a good show. And the fight scenes are amazing. I love the fights in this show. Even if they are, like, 2 seconds. Now, for JoJo's, I don't really have anything specific of why it's not peak. I mean, I just can't, put JoJo's with all of those shows that are at the top. It just doesn't have, like, there's a certain thing that all these animes have that make them there. And JoJo doesn't have that one thing that just makes me go, I love this show for that reason. Like Attack on Titan, for instance. Anytime I watch Attack on Titan and, like, see how, like, passionate Eren is about doing this or that, or, like, how, like, his resolve to want to do something is so insane. It's just amazing. And then Dragon Ball being as iconic as it is with Goku, just anytime I see Goku on the screen, yeah. But, and then, like, Death Note, like, the strategy, it was insane. Just every time you watch that, you never really know what's going to happen next. And then Naruto, like, to never give up. And a lot of the things, it has a lot of realistic qualities of how life is, all the bad things, all the good things, stuff like that. And yeah, I think I done pretty well on this tier list. I mean, there's probably a lot of people that are gonna cry in the comments. So, if you're, like, staying to the end this long and you're crying in the comments, boo-hoo. This is my opinions, and if you don't like it, well, that's your fault for being stupid. And, well, if you've made it this far and you're still here, you deserve a cookie. Make sure to like and subscribe and watch more of my content. Yeah.